We're going to move pretty fast, at least fast for me. If you're not hitting your goals, it's either a lead generation conversation or it's a lead conversion conversation. And it's usually a lead generation conversation, meaning your number one job every day is lead generation. Until your job is done, everything else and everyone else is a distraction. Please write that down. Your number one job every day is lead generation. Until that is done, everything else and everyone else is a distraction. You're going to time block for lead generation every day. If it's not in your calendar, it doesn't exist. You're going to time block the first part of your day for lead generation, always. Here's why. Your energy is higher in the morning than it is later in the day. Here's the other reason. There's a less of a chance of that time being interrupted if it's in the morning than it is if it's in the afternoon. So you're going to time block 2, 3, 4 hours in the morning in order to complete your lead generation for the day. Nothing else matters until lead generation is done. Okay. How do you know lead generation is done? You create standards that must be hit in order for you to be able to say, I completed lead generation for the day. In other words, how many calls are you going to make? How many doors are you going to knock on? Or how many people are you going to speak to at a networking event or wherever you are that day, you're having real estate conversations. How many calls, conversations, how many new leads did you create? Having those conversations. A lead is you capture name, phone number, email, and mailing address. Unless you do that, it's not a lead. So how many new leads are you going to capture during the day and add to your database? And how many appointments are you going to schedule? So for me, it's 20 conversations and at least one appointment every day, whichever comes last. It's 20 conversations, at least one appointment every day, whichever comes last. That's actually my standard for you. My personal standard is 3 appointments every day, and I don't stop until I schedule those appointments. It took me 4 hours yesterday to do that, by the way, but I did because it's a standard, and lead generation is not done until you've completed that. All right. Now, for those of you who have been running a marketing-based or a repeat and referral-based business up until now, awesome. Kudos for you. And if that's reaching your goals, then keep doing that. However, when a market shifts, what typically happens is the phone's going to stop ringing, meaning the marketing, the money that you were spending on marketing in the past isn't working as well, and you're not getting as many incoming leads. If there's fewer homes being sold, there's fewer buyers looking to buy, then you're going to have fewer incoming leads from your marketing. It only makes sense. When you look at your database and you are running a repeat and referral-based business, and there's fewer deals being done, then there's fewer referrals. So it only makes sense that your business is going to go backwards if that's how you've been doing business up to now. For me, this is why you run a prospecting-based business. Because when you run a prospecting-based business, you're going to find out the market has shifted before anybody else does. If you're already making calls to for sale by owners and expireds, by the way, you're going to see fewer for sale by owners and more expired listings. And that's going to be your first indication that the market is shifting. You're seeing it before anybody else does. You're also seeing days on market go up as you're making these calls. You're seeing homes sitting on the market longer because you're prospecting based. And you're seeing the market shift before anybody else does. You've also made the adjustment that everybody else needs to make. You're already there. Now, prospecting, for sale by owners, expired listings, and circle prospecting. Those are the 3 that I really want to focus on today. And I want you to really dial in on 2 things, 3 things. Add 1 new opportunity into your funnel every day. If you're working 250 days and you add in 1 new face-to-face appointment every day, that's 250 face-to-face appointments. Now, if you're not getting appointments, but you're having the conversations, I might be able to help you with that. More than likely, it's because there's a small tweak that you need to make in the conversation in order to improve conversion. Remember, if you're not hitting your goals, it's either a lead generation conversation or it's a lead conversion conversation. So let's start with expireds. I'm going to get as many scripts in here as we can. It's being recorded. Watch the recording, write everything down. And these scripts are in my Rainmaker playbook. So if you have a copy of that, you've got them. And there's a possibility that I might share a few that aren't there. All right. So the purpose of the call is to get the appointment. Hey, Dione, John Dietz, local real estate expert, and just curious, if I had a full price offer on your home today, would you want me to bring you the offer? All right, I didn't go into the fact that his listing expired. I didn't ask him if he still wanted to sell his home. I immediately went to the hook. The hook is what keeps him on the phone. The hook is, if I had an offer on your home today, would you want me to bring you the offer? It's an expired listing call. How many of you who have made expired listing calls have had the seller hang up on you in the first 15 seconds? Raise your hand if that's happened to you. It's happened to me. So I want to get that hook in there, Brittany, before they have a chance to hang up the phone. Brittany, John Dietz, local real estate expert with blank. If I had a full price offer on your home today, would you want me to bring you an offer? Now, she's hooked. All right. I mean, at the very least, she's curious, correct? What do you think you guys are going to hear when you ask that question? More than likely, you're going to hear, do you have an offer? Now, when you hear, do you have an offer, Todd, the response is, that's a great question, and I won't know until I see your home. That's exactly why we need to get together. All I need is 15 minutes to pop by. Pay attention to the words, Dione. They really matter. One of the reasons people say no is because they think you want to move in with them. Let them know it's going to be a pop by. I'm only going to be, thanks for laughing, Todd. I'm only going to be there for a few minutes. I need 20 minutes to pop by, take a look at your home, ask some questions, take some notes, and potentially I can bring you that offer. So Dave, John Dietz, local real estate expert with blank. If I had a full price offer on your home today, would you want me to bring you the offer? All right, additional questions that you can ask on an expired call. Beth, if your home would have sold, where are you moving to? Now, go ahead, Beth.
Tampa.
Tampa. Okay, what's in Tampa?
Family.
Wow, are you still interested in moving to Tampa so you could be close to your family?
Yes, someday.
Someday. Tell me what someday looks like, Beth.
When I get a good offer for my home.
Okay, and your listing just came off the market. So it sounds like you're going to be putting the home back on the market with a professional like me so you can get that offer.
Well, I was going to try to sell it on my own.
Understood. Now, just out of curiosity, did you get any offers when it was for sale?
Yes, they just weren't what I wanted.
What do you need in order to sell your home so you can move to Tampa and be with your family?
500K.
500,000. Okay, understood. And if I could show you how I could sell your home for more money in less time so that you can get to Tampa and be with your family, would you be interested in seeing how I could do that?
Yes, that's a possibility.
All right, so I've got the appointment, right? All
Yes.
right. All right. Expired conversations. You know, there's 3 reasons why a home doesn't sell that should have like yours. It's either price, presentation, or marketing. Now, Todd, just out of curiosity, which of those 3 do you believe is the reason your home didn't sell?
John, I don't think it was marketed very well at all.
That's a possibility, Todd. Now, are you aware, Todd, of what I'm doing to sell an average of 10 homes every month in less than 30 days on the market for an average of 98% of the asking price?
I'm not aware. John,
Okay.
what do you do? What's different from you than all these other realtors that are calling me?
That's a really good question, Todd. You see, I'm a local economist of choice. I know the local market better than anybody else does. I am a strategic pricing professional. I'm expert at marketing your home to the right buyers. There's a big difference between marketing your home to just anybody and marketing your home to the right buyers. And I'm also a fierce negotiator. Now, if I could show, I'm not going to wait for him to come on that. I'm going right for the close. If I could show you how I could sell your home for more money and less time, would you be interested in seeing how I could do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got the appointment. Thanks, Todd. All right. Now, another thing you might hear is my home was on the market for 6 months. Where were you? Right? And Brittany, that's a really good question. And I can tell you're frustrated. I would be frustrated too. You see, the reason I didn't show your home the past 6 months, quite honestly, is because I didn't know it was for sale. Now, I'm waiting for the other person to say, what do you mean? It's in the MLS.
You didn't see it?
Yeah. You see, Brittany, if you were to hire me, guys, this is my favorite one of all, because it immediately allows me to take a proactive approach to closing for the listing appointment using embedded commands. If you were to hire me, I would call the top agents in the market and I would let them know your home is for sale. I would market your home not only to all the buyers that are looking to buy, but I would market your home to the best real estate agents in our market. And you see, quite honestly, your agent never called me. So I understand you're frustrated. Maybe you should be frustrated with your real estate agent for not letting me know your home is for sale. Now, Brittany, here's what else I know. And if I'm being too aggressive, please forgive me. However, if you were to hire a professional real estate agent like me, hire a professional real estate agent like me. Listen to the embedded commands, guys. If you were to hire a professional real estate agent like me, you would want to hire an aggressive agent, wouldn't you? Now, it's a tie down. You know the answer is going to be yes, because nobody's ever going to say, no, I want to push over. I want somebody who's not aggressive. Of course they want somebody aggressive. It sounds like you're motivated to get your home sold and you want to get it back on the market. Now, how do I know that, guys? How do I know that she's motivated to get her home sold and get it back on the market? Because she's frustrated. She wouldn't be frustrated if she didn't want to sell her home. If she really didn't care if her home sold or not, there'd be no frustration here. The fact that she's frustrated tells me she wants to get the house back on the market. So it sounds like you're motivated to get your home sold. You want to get back on the market with the right agent to get your home sold. Now, if I could show you how I could sell your home for more money and less time, would you want to see how I could do that? All right. By the way, that's always the close for a listing appointment. All right. All right. So if the purpose of the call is to get the appointment, here's what else that means. It means that there's nothing they can say that would cause me not to go. Make sure you heard that. Write it down. I'm going to relist with my previous agent. I'm just taking 30 days. And then I'm going to relist with my previous agent. So if a buyer showed up next week with a full price offer, would you take the offer? Yeah. Got it. And if I brought you a full price offer next week, would you sell your home? Yeah. Now, if I don't see your home, and if the right buyer doesn't see your home, then there's no chance of you getting that offer next week, is there? Now, if I were able to sell your home between now and 30 days from now, then you'd only have to pay 1 real estate commission versus 2, so you're saving money. Now, if I was able to bring you a full price offer, would you want me to bring you the offer? Yes, blah, 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 get the freaking appointment. Now, they told you that they're going to list their house in 30 days and they're going to hire their friend, and you have judged the opportunity away because you're hearing they're never going to hire me. They've got somebody they're going to hire, so that's a bad lead. So one of the things that I want you to do is, and write this down, please, there are no bad leads, just bad real estate agents who don't follow up. Sorry if that was too direct. Now, you may hear, yeah, yeah, I'm still interested in selling, but I'm only paying 1%. I'm only paying whatever. Doesn't matter. Fill it in. My response is, cool, does tomorrow at 4 work or would 5 be better for you? Yeah, I'm still interested in selling my home, but I'm going to raise the price. It didn't sell for 500. I'm raising it to 550 because I'm a freaking lunatic. And I'm raising my price to 550. And most real estate agents would say this person's nuts. Next, your response. That's cool. Tomorrow at 4 would 5 be better for you? All right, I can keep going, but what I want you to hear, Deone, I'm talking to you, buddy. What I want you to hear is I want you to hear there is absolutely no reason I'm not going on the appointment. None. Now, if you follow Tom Ferry or Mike Ferry or any of a dozen other real estate coaches, they're going to 100% disagree with me, by the way. 100%. They're going to tell you qualify, 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 and only go on listing appointments if they're ready, willing, and able to sell their home. My response is you're judging opportunity away if you do that. On the phone, you're just another pushy real estate agent. Face to face, they're going to like you. Brittany. On the phone, I'm just like every other real estate agent. Oh my gosh. Face to face, when I show up at your front door. Hi, Brittany. John Dietz. We had an appointment today at 4 p.m. and it's 4 p.m. May I come in? I'm right on time. I'm dressed like a professional. I'm immediately conveying, I care about you. You can trust me and I know what I'm doing. I'm immediately bringing down that fence, that wall that's between me and them. On one side of the wall, Darren, they're over there going, you dirty, rotten realtor. You're just here to list my house. I know that. That's all you want to do. You're like all the other agents, blah, blah, blah. And by the time I leave their home, the wall is down and the seller and I are locked in arms as partners to get this home sold. I am creating a foundation to follow up from. I have conveyed, I care about you. You can trust me. I know what I'm doing and I can help you. Now it's me and them against all the other real estate agents. All those other realtors that are calling trying to list their home. I've gone in their homes and they've walked over to me and they've held up this big stack of mail. This is always funny. They walk around the corner and they go, you see this? These are all the letters that I've got from real estate agents just in the last week. None of them are opened. And I'm standing there in their kitchen scheduling a listing appointment. They said no to everybody else. They said yes to me. Here's how you know when you're starting to get this right. You're going to have a seller say to you, you know, I said no to everybody else. You're the only person that I allowed to come to my home. And I don't even know why. When you start hearing that, Darren, then you know you've got this. You're doing things the right way. Now, the key to being able to do this at a high level is being unattached to the outcome. If you're having a conversation with someone and your thought process says, I need this listing, I need this listing, I need this listing, then you're going to speak with commission breath. The person you're speaking to knows it. It stinks. And they know the only reason you're there is to get a commission check. When I go on an appointment with a for sale by owner or an expired listing, my thought process is, I'm here to serve. I'm here to learn. I'm here to have fun. And I'm here to help the seller achieve their goals. I'm not attached to the outcome whatsoever. Hire me, don't care. I'm going to sell 10 homes every month, whether you hire me or not. So what now? What next? When I go there from a place of truly being there to serve and help, then I'm not attached to the outcome. Now, as you're touring their home with them, you're asking questions, you're taking notes, you're enthusiastic about their home. You write this down. You like their home. So important. They're watching everything that you do. Everything you do and say is sending a message. This is what it's like to work with me. How you dress is sending a message. This is what it's like to work with me. Whether you confirm the appointment ahead of time or not, you would be shocked how many real estate agents don't even confirm the appointment? You would be shocked. It's 90+%. I confirm the appointment twice before I go. Once the morning of, and once again on my way to their house. Hey, Dave, John Dietz again, just letting you know I'm on my way. I'll be at your front door at 4 o'clock sharp unless I run into traffic. And if I do, I'll give you a call. Holy cow. Don't you want to work with somebody like that? Now, the exit conversation is where you create the next conversation. And the exit conversation is simply a few questions. To an expired listing, it's, are you still interested in selling your home? If your home would have sold, where were you moving to? If you haven't asked that question already, ask it now. Have you given up on that goal? Ask it just like that. Have you given up on that goal? What do you think it's different than do you still want to move to Tampa to be with your family? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I guess eventually. Have you given up on that goal? Nobody wants to be somebody who's given up on their goals. You're immediately going to hear no. And remember, no means yes. When you ask the right question, you get the answer that you're looking for. In this case, I want no because no means yes. Have you given up on that goal? When's the right time to put your home back on the market in order to get it sold for the most amount of money in the least amount of time? When you have somebody telling you they're going to wait, yeah, maybe after the holidays. If there's more competition when you put your home on the market than there is today, will it be easier to sell your home when there's more competition or when there's less competition like there is today? Homes are on the market now about 90 days on average in our area, and they're creeping up. Now, if 3 months from now, 4 months from now, or 5 months from now, when you put your home back on the market, there's 150 days on the market or 180 days on the market, is it going to be easier to sell your home or harder to sell your home? At what point do prices start coming down? If you wait 6 months and your home is worth less money in 6 months than it is today, how would you feel about that? How far would the price have to drop before you can no longer afford to sell your home, and therefore you could not move to Tampa and be with your family, and 6 years later you're still in your house and you just missed 6 years in Tampa with your family? How would you feel about that? All right, talk to me, guys. By the way, for those of you looking for scripts, I think there were probably a few hundred there in the last 20 minutes. Hopefully that helped.
Start memorizing them. Writing them
Well,
down.
they're recorded, Darren, right? And it's interesting because when I started selling real estate 20 years ago, there were no script books. I'm not patting myself on the back, but up until I wrote Scripts for Success in Real Estate, I don't know if there was a script book that existed. So I don't know. I just carried a notebook with me everywhere I went, and I wrote down everything I heard. All right, I want a few ahas before we jump. Don't disappoint. Don't leave me hanging. Come on.
There was a ton of good stuff in what you said, and I do want to pull something from the Michael Jordan video because I've seen that video, I don't know, 5-6 times. I love basketball, but I've never heard something that he said today that said, the challenge, when each time you win, it takes away a little bit of that hunger. And, he's one of the most competitive people that I've ever known. I mean, I don't know him, but it's like, for him to say that means that's just how hard it is to get out there and do it. And when you get a win, it takes that away a little bit. And so you have to find another reason to stay motivated. And so that just really hit me.
You're so right, Dave. Dude, I scheduled 4 appointments yesterday in lead generation, right? And I've been doing this for a long time at a pretty high level. And every time I scheduled an appointment, what do you think I felt like doing?
Stopping.
Taking a break.
Yeah.
Every single time. Oh, I can quit working now. Come on, guys. Don't leave me hanging. There's a few more ahas out there.
John, can I ask you one quick question?
I'm just having somebody talk to me right now would be awesome.
Okay, yeah, that weird, awkward, uncomfortable Zoom silence.
Yeah.
What were the daily standards you set for us that you said for us?
20 conversations, 1 appointment booked every single day. Until that's done, nothing else matters. Everybody else is a distraction. Everything else is a distraction. By the way, that's for
That's an
everybody.
aha for me, John,
Yeah.
because I'm the most distractible human being on the planet. That one was what you started with, a super good nugget. Thank you.
All right, let me nail the let me nail the put the nail in the coffin for you on this, okay? Work like the life of someone you love depended on your success. What if you were in a boat 3 miles offshore with your daughter or your son and the boat sank? Now, what are you going to do? You're going to swim to shore. It's all that matters. It's all that matters. Now, are you going to get distracted? Are you going to stop and say, let me look at my Facebook page? Hey, I've got to send so-and-so a text message. Let's stop here for a moment. Hell no, you're going to swim. You're just going to keep swimming to shore until you get to shore. And every time I tell this story, somebody's going to come in, well, what about a shark? Dude, if there's a shark in my way, I wouldn't want to be the shark. I'm getting ashore. Beth, talk to me.
One thing you said out of many that convicted me, and it always does, no bad leads, just the real estate agent that doesn't follow up. And that's
Yeah. Technically, I said bad real estate agents who don't follow up.
didn't want to write that. Yeah.
Yeah, write it down.
Yeah.
Darren, last up and out.
Yeah, I got a question for one of the people in my group is, he says, where do you find enough expireds and FSBOs to call in order to get an appointment? Like, it just doesn't seem like there's enough on the market or enough people to call. So where do you find these people?
Okay, good question. I focus on what is there, what's not there, first of all. Okay. I know different parts of the country are in different markets, right? I have coaching clients that are in the North Carolina market where there's very little inventory. And then I have coaching clients that are in Naples where there's a 9-month supply of inventory, Naples, Florida. Okay. Now, Darren, I would simply start by going into the MLS and looking to see how many homes came off the market in my zip code in the last 30 days. Now, I guarantee you, no matter where you are, good market, bad market, there's more expireds than you think there is. Now, in addition to looking for the expireds, I'd also look for those canceled or withdrawn listings from those sellers who gave up and just took their home off the market. Now, I know there's MLS requirements here, and if they're still under a contract with the listing agent, you don't want to get in trouble and solicit that. But without taking time here today to explain how that works, call them. They'll tell you if they're still listed with another agent. All right. So, Darren, here's the other thing I would do. If it's a lack of expired listings with phone numbers, then go knock on the door. If you're not getting phone numbers, then go knock on the door. One last thing, and then I'll let you leave. One of the things that I did every day when I was calling expired listings, by the way, Darren, one more thing, there's going to be more. I promise. That number's going up. No matter where you are, it's going up. I'm not negative. I'm just watching the market and making an observation and a forecast based on what I see. So write an email, copy and paste to every single listing agent as you're going through expired listings. The email would simply say, Dave, I'm reaching out to you in reference to your property at 123 Main Street. I noticed that it previously that it came off the market. If you're going to relist the property, please ignore my email. However, if you're not going to relist the property, I would gladly pay you a referral fee of 25% for the seller's contact information. Now, I would list 2 or 3 homes every single month from that email. I know, right, Darren? Darren's shaking his head like, never thought about that.
It's amazing. They're like, yeah, you can have those guys. Those people are crazy. I don't want that listing back anyways. And
Okay, I got that
I'll
response.
get 25%.
I got that response. I also got the response from the agent who said, who the hell do you think you are? Why are you better than I am? By the way, just give those people a hug and go to the next one. All right. Somebody needs to love them. All right. Rock out. Everybody make it a great day.
Thank you so much. You too.
All right. Make it, have fun, guys.